Hi guys, here is Dario
And Stefano.
and we are at the Osteria, Momi Osteria, and today we are going to taste some of our beautiful Momi selection. We are going to taste our Reserve Merlot 2013 and our Reserve Cabernet 2012. So Stefano, tell us about the name. A lot of people ask us about Camomi.
Camomi is a name of a property we have in Italy, and it used to be the previous owner of that property. His nickname was Momi della Bionda, and so he was very dedicated to that property. He was a regular man that was living off of the profit of a couple of acres actually only. And it was growing vegetable that he was selling at the market at nearest town. And then he had a hard life, but he also was growing, he had a small vineyard, and he was making wine over there. And so he was very respected by the people in the area. He was very protective of his property. In the night, if there was a noise around, a dog barking, he was going out of the house with a shotgun, start shooting in the air, making sure nobody was around to mess with his vegetable, his grapes. So for that reason, in his honor, we name these wines in our company after his name.
That's really cool. And so we are going to taste the red wine here, but also we have the two sparkling that we produce. Mm-hmm. Tell us how we make them.
So these sparkling wines are made with Charmat method. They are naturally fermented in pressurized tank to achieve the carbonation. This method is different than the Champenois method that ferments in each individual bottle. And the Charmat favors the original flavor from the grapes, versus the Champenois is more a champagne style where it favors the development from the yeast and the fermentation. Yeah. So to keep fruitness of the original flavor coming from the grapes, we use Charmat method.
And the Charmat method is very typical in the Italian tradition, winemaking tradition. Champenois is more common from the French.
Yes, exactly.
and winemaking. I know that you were making these wines before you came to California. Right?
In Italy, in where we're coming from, the Veneto region, this is the same method that we used to make Prosecco, which I made for most of my life over there. And I was making also the sparkling wine for other companies over there too. So, it's the school we went to winemaking is in that area, mm-hmm. and that's where we.
So it is comes from our roots.
Our roots.
Yes. So we're going to taste a couple of wines here. We have a Merlot Reserve. Can you tell us about this wine?
This is from our vineyard in Carneros. It's the grapes over there tends for a red wine to ripe a little bit later in the season. So it's actually the last grape we harvest. So it's slightly different than a typical jammy, heavyweight Merlot of the rest of the valley, of Napa Valley. It's more of similar to a Bordeaux style, a European style of Merlot.
Brighter,
fruit forward, brighter, yeah, mm-hmm. A little bit higher acidity.
Higher acidity, very good. A lot of red berries, strawberries and raspberry mostly. Mid palate, typical Merlot.
At the same time, this one has some evolution in 2013, so you can actually. It carries he aged very well, and it complements the fruit and makes it complex. At the same time, the longevity of this wine will be there because of the cooler climate that the grape grows.
And we are having it here with our suppli with cheese and rice. Very good.
Taste now,
please. And the grapes come from the Carneros area, as Stefano said, and I hope you're gonna enjoy it. Let's go on the Cabernet right now.
Excellent.
Yep. 2012, Camomi, Napa Valley, Cabernet Sauvignon. What do you tell me?
Definitely full body, nice ripe fruit, blackberry, soft tannin,
Definitely fruit forward.
good complexity. Very enjoyable wine just alone or paired with any food, pretty much. Red meat, of course.
Yeah, I think so, with the red meat, or also like coda alla vaccinara, some very tomato-based sauce. I think it's gonna go very well. So this is gonna be the selection for this month from the Camomi brand. You can come pick it up at the Osteria, and I hope you're gonna enjoy it. Chin.
Viva!